Welcome, everybody. Trainwreck Podcast episode. That's a good question. What episode are we on?
71.
Okay. I know the count's going to get screwed up again eventually. I remember one time looking on Spotify and being like, oh man, there's 2 episode 45s. This is why we probably need to hire a producer. But what's going on, everybody? Your two miserable Cowboys and Raiders fans are back to talk about how terrible our teams are. But we're also going to make fun of some other NFL teams because that's what we do. We got to reflect, we can't accept that we suck. We have to talk about why other people suck. So let's get into week 9 of the NFL season. But before I do that, Drew, how are you doing today?
I'll be better after I'm done with a shot of glass.
Dude, to get motivated for this podcast, I really thought about getting some Jack Daniels. Well, actually, I have some Jack Daniels, but I need something to mix it with.
Yeah, I feel that. After the beat down the Raiders got.
Yeah, that was kind of expected, though, with you guys.
Yeah.
Just like this weekend, I'm expecting the Cowboys to lose by 30. But let's talk about the games that happened in week 9 real quick. Some of these games were pretty cool. Some of them were We'll start off first. Houston losing to the New York Jets. Dude, Houston, I thought they were going to be in the AFC Championship against Kansas City. Now, I don't even know if they'll make it out the first round of the playoffs because they have been playing like crap these last couple of weeks, and they lose to a terrible New York Jets team.
Yeah, CJ Stroud needs to get his shit together because if he continues to play like this, there's no way in hell they're going past the Chiefs.
Yeah, no. They won't, like I said, they won't make it past the first round.
No. The only thing going good right now is Joe Mixon.
And then I guess I'll talk about my team, the Dallas Cowboys losing to Big Daddy Kirk Cousins, which I said the Cowboys were going to lose. I actually thought it was going to be worse. We only lost by 6, but we were down by 2 scores until Cooper Rush threw a touchdown late in the game to make it a little bit closer, and then Dallas was not able to get the ball back with enough time to make something happen. So it was not a repeat of the 2020 game, unfortunately, because that's one of the highest highs I've ever had being a Cowboys fan was that comeback against Atlanta where they blew like a 24-point lead, something like that. Can't remember.
Yeah.
A big lead.
Tickle Falcon shit.
Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott is injured. He's going to miss the next couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. No surgery. It's just going to be one of those things where it's like it's going to have to heal on its own, which, I mean, if I'm the Cowboys, you're basically out of the playoff race because you're not going to catch Washington and you probably won't catch Philadelphia. And the wild card race is really competitive, especially with San Francisco now getting Christian McCaffrey back because he had his first practice today with the San Francisco 49ers. The wild card race is well out of the Cowboys' reach, especially with these head-to-head matchups, They've now lost to the Falcons and the 49ers, and they still got to play the Bucs. So all these teams could have tiebreaker wins over them. So all I'm saying is the Cowboys should tank.
Yeah, and the Raiders were not making it to the playoffs.
Yeah, no, you guys are in full tank mode, and you guys are going for Shedeur Sanders. The thing that I am frustrated with is these stupid-ass Cowboys fans saying, let's see what we have in Trey Lance. Let's see what we have in Trey Lance. Why? It's not like he's going to be the starter. He's not the future. Dak Prescott, in case you guys forgot, signed a contract at the very beginning of this year. He's going to be our quarterback for the next 4 years. And in 4 years, Trey Lance will be 28. Trey Lance is not the future. So I'm tired of these stupid-ass Cowboys fans saying, let's see what we have in Trey Lance. Fuck Trey Lance. You know what you guys should be seeing? Another fucking team. Because the Cowboys are not worth watching. They suck. They're not fun to watch. They're horrible. They have good first halves, and then they go into halftime, and Mike McCarthy switches from the Denny's menu to the Waffle House menu, and that's what happens with our halftime adjustments. We don't make it any because he's reading from the wrong fucking menu, and that's why, as soon as the third quarter starts, that's when the Cowboys fall apart. The coaching is fucking horrible. We were supposed to go for it on a 4th and 1. We have 12 guys on the fucking field and get a penalty, so we can't go for it on 4th and 1. Did you see that fake punt?
I did not.
Oh my god, let me pull it up. It's the worst fake punt you will ever see, and there is a lot of bad fake punts out there. But oh my god, Mike McCarthy, bye bye, bitch, because you are getting run out of town. Jerry Jones, please, if you are one of Jerry Jones's grandchildren or one of his kids, get that man in a nursing home. He don't have it anymore. He is running this team into the fucking ground. Here's the damn fake punt right here.
Back to punt. Wanye Thomas is the protector who's calling out the signals. And it is a fake for Brian Anger.
What the fuck?
Near-
Damn.
Yep.
Oh, God, Cody.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, Jesus. They should just pass it up to the help man and fucking ran it. If they're going to do that.
I know. Every week, belt to ass. I can't remember how the rest of that song goes, but it's a very trendy song every week because the Cowboys keep fucking losing. 3 straight weeks of a loss. You know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Man, here we go again. This team ain't never gonna win. Something like that. Can't remember the lyrics. The one lyric that, retire Jerry. We gotta fire Jerry. I wish. And the thing is, you know that they're gonna have a sellout crowd this week against the Eagles, and that's the problem. People keep buying tickets to the Cowboys. But what about your team? You guys got some good news. You guys got your ass whooped so bad that Luke Getsy is now off the Raiders coaching staff.
We should never fucking hired him in the first place.
You guys also fired 2 other coaches. One of them was the quarterback's coach
and the O-line coach.
So basically, they've been saying your whole offensive staff is the problem.
It kind of is.
I mean, your guys' defense isn't good either.
So here's the thing. I don't think our defense is as bad as it says on paper. I feel like our offense is so fucking bad. Our defense on the field is so much. But I mean, still, our defense is not the greatest either. But it's not our weak point. Basically, our offense is our fucking weak point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still believe in Patrick Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he's still a good coordinator, but you just have to deal with the bullshit from the offense.
So, who is going to be your guys' quarterback with all this? Because I know Desmond Ridder got some playing time.
It might be Desmond Ridder.
He went 11 of 16 for 74 yards and a touchdown. He also got sacked 4 times for 34 yards. Your guys' running game was just as bad as the Cowboys. 21 carries, 60 yards, 2.9 yards a carry.
Yeah. It's abysmal. It's definitely abysmal. Like the biggest thing is what's really pissing me off. We're not really utilizing our fullback, and we're supposed to have one of the better fullbacks in the game.
Yeah, Ingold?
No, Ingold's in Miami. He's we have Jacob Johnson.
Oh yeah.
He's a really fucking good blocking fullback, so like, why the fuck we're not using them?
Another game that happened this week. It was basically an unofficial tank bowl. The Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Panthers beat the Saints by 1 point. I'm going to be honest, I did not watch this game at all, so how it happened, no idea, but you got to be sucking pretty fucking bad to lose to the Panthers. And I imagine the Saints ownership felt that way as well because Dennis Allen was fired today. He is no longer the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And going into the season, he was like the odds-on favorite to be the first coach fired. And good for him, he was the second coach fired after Robert Saleh, which I don't even think we've talked about that on the podcast, how Saleh got fired and how Rodgers is a bitch, and God, I fucking hate him. Yeah, we didn't get to talk about it. Because I had to say nice things about that fucking bitch last week. The Saints have now lost 7 straight after going 2-0 to start the season, and they don't look anything like they were in those first 2 games against the Panthers and Cowboys. And I thought the Saints were going to kick the shit out of the Panthers because you saw what happened in week 1. And no, Panthers get a revenge game, and the Saints schedule, they got to face the Falcons next, and then we're going to be in for another tank bowl when they take on the Browns.
And to be honest, I'll probably lose to both those games.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see them losing to the Browns.
The Browns sucks, but they have a decent defense at least.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they didn't wait till the bye week to, which I guess that's still like 3 weeks away, actually. But I don't know. I guess you had to make a change after losing to, who's been consistently the worst team in football for like the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Have they announced who the interim coach is going to be for the Saints?
I haven't heard anything yet.
Because I've been at work today, so I haven't got to keep up with a lot of it. Darren Rizzini?
Riz.
Yeah. He is the special teams coordinator. He's been with the Saints since 2019. Before that, he was with the Dolphins. Last time he was a head coach is when he was the head coach of Rhode Island University in 2008. Yeah, so the Saints are fucked. I'm sorry, Christian. I know you're listening, but you guys are in tank mode, and I don't know, like, what in the draft can fix the Saints. Like, obviously Derek Carr's not the future. He sucks. Spencer Rattler only played a few games, and he had some good plays and he had some terrible plays. I don't know if they want to stick with Rattler for the future, or if they draft a quarterback, like if they have like a top 10 pick,
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of
Saints. I think this is going to be a multi-year, like probably like a 4-year rebuild.
They've been due for one, really, and they've just been putting it off, like ever since Sean Payton left.
Sean Payton, Drew Brees retired.
Yeah. And even when Sean Payton was still there, it kind of felt like they were due for a rebuild, when they went with Jameis Winston as their starter,
Yeah.
They're just another team that's packing it in. There's a bunch of teams now that are just packing it in for next year.
It's like with the Raiders, like we're on our 15th rebuilding.
15 years, yeah. You guys are rebuilding every year. Other notable game, the Lions kicked the shit out of Green Bay. It wasn't until very late that the Packers scored a touchdown.
I thought it was going to be a little more competitive than that.
I thought it was too, but the Lions are just a force that is fucking stoppable right now. And it's not even like they do it in like impressive fashion, it's just they're so well coached, they're just so talented and they play smash mouth football, like as long as that running game's going, Jared Goff has not had to do much like for the last like month.
Cody, I don't want to interrupt you, but I need to take a mercy shit.
Okay. I can keep this going. Jared Goff, another game where he has less than 5 incompletions. He was 18 for 22, only had 145 yards. But then you look at the ground game for the Detroit Lions, David Montgomery, 17 carries, 73 yards, 4.3 yards a carry. Then you add Jahmyr Gibbs into the mix, 11 carries, 65 yards, averaging 5.9 yards a carry. And the Packers defense, or not the Packers, the Packers offense could not get past the Lions defense, a defense that is missing Aiden Hutchinson. Like, it wasn't until the fourth quarter that the Packers finally scored a touchdown. At halftime, it was 17-3. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, it was 24-6. And then they score like a pity touchdown. And time of possession, it was actually pretty well split down the middle. The Lions held the ball for 31 minutes. The Packers had it for 29 minutes. So you look at both of these, it's like, man, this game should have been way more competitive than it was. But no, the Lions are just so freaking dominant, dude. And like, I'm looking at the NFC and I'm looking at the Eagles. The Lions can beat the Eagles. They can beat the Bucks. They can beat the Falcons. The 49ers, I think they played the 49ers already? No, they haven't. The 49ers are going to be a big test. That's going to be on December 30th on ESPN that they take them on. And that should hopefully be a 49ers team at full strength with Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. And I mean, not at full strength because obviously Brandon Ayuk is now out for the year. But if the Lions beat the 49ers right before the playoffs start, because that's week 17, it's going to be hard not to pick the Lions to go to the Super Bowl, you know?
Oh, yeah, they're clear the favorite right now.
Yeah, because, like, I was just saying, like, December 30th, that's when they got to face the 49ers. That should hopefully be a 49ers team at almost full strength. Obviously, they won't have Brandon Ayuk, but Christian McCaffrey should hopefully be well into the mix by then.
They should have CMC, Debo. Kittle should be still healthy. Should be a still relatively healthy offense.
Plus, like, on the defensive side, they still got Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, if the Lions win that game, and that game could decide, like, the number 1 seed or something like that, it's going to be hard not to pick the Lions to go to the Super Bowl.
It looks like they're the clear cut of the NFC right now.
And they got to face a bunch of good teams still. Like, they face the Texans this week, which, I mean, the Texans are a questioning good team now. They got to face the Packers again, the Bills, 49ers, and Vikings.
So I got a little insiders while I was taking my very productive shit.
Okay.
Norv Turner will probably be our temporary OC. If you know who Norv Turner is, he was our OC during the 90s.
He was also the OC for the Cowboys during the 90s when they won those 3 Super Bowls.
So, yeah, it looks like he's coming in to be our temporary OC.
Huh. Where'd you see that from?
It's like NFL and all the writers groups I'm in and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, very productive shit. It's rumor. It's not official.
Okay. All right. What other games happened? I'm just trying to go through like the games with the good teams that weren't blowouts. The Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. The Colts fucking suck. There's no other way to put it, really. They make a big change by benching Anthony Richardson, which I'm not going to get into that again. We kind of beat that to death last week. The thing that kind of killed the Vikings was the 3 turnovers. Sam Darnold had 2 interceptions, and then there was a fumble. And they weren't like Aaron Jones wasn't really able to get going. You know, he had 21 carries for 64 yards, you know, only 3 yards a carry. And it was just kind of like a sluggish performance by the Vikings against a bad team. Otherwise, like, if the Vikings were on it, they probably would have won this game by like 20.
Yeah.
Instead of winning it by 8.
Did you see that Eagles and Jags game?
I wasn't going to talk about it just because the Jags fucking suck. But the Eagles almost fucking lost. So it's like, dude, Nick Sirianni.
Even with Saquon Barkley performance.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good game. That reverse hurdle was pretty sick. But I don't know, dude. Like, Nick Sirianni is such a fucking clown. Like, both him and Doug Peterson should be out of jobs by the end of the year.
Dude, I will have lost my shit if the Eagles lost.
Dude, that would have been worth Dak Prescott missing a couple weeks. The Eagles would have lost to the Jaguars because, I mean, that's an embarrassing one right there.
Yeah.
But here's like the biggest difference in that game. The Eagles ran the ball almost 50 times. The Jaguars ran it 18 times.
And I'm pretty sure they had ETN as the running back 1.
Yeah, he only had 3 carries for 24 yards.
Oh, he only had 3 carries.
Yeah, and then Tank Bigsby had 8 carries for 22 yards. So they weren't able to get any production. Their offense just sucks. Trevor Lawrence fucking sucks, dude. Like, talk about being over fucking hyped when he was coming into the league, and he has never lived up to that billing. 16 for 30.
Coming out Patrick Mahomes.
Peyton Manning, that's the one I always heard. Second coming of Peyton Manning.
That's the one I was always heard, is fucking Patrick Mahomes for some reason.
Yeah, 16 of 31, 169 yards, nice. 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But this is what happens when you have a fucking idiot as an owner. You get the Jacksonville Jaguars. They still have yet to win a road game. They were 0-5 on the road.
Now, if freaking Trevor Lawrence was paired up with the actual good offensive coach, he'll be scary.
I don't think so. I think he fucking sucks, no matter what. No matter who he's paired up with, he just sucks.
Yeah.
I hate him.
From last year?
I just think he sucks. I just always thought he was overrated. It's the long hair. Fuck that dude.
Viewers, if you don't know, he drafted him last year in the fantasy.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah,
Trevor
last
Lawrence is gonna be this year. He's gonna be so good.
Yeah, everyone was sucking his dick saying he was going to be MVP because, they made the playoffs and the Chargers chargered in that wild card game, and they were fairly competitive with the Chiefs in that divisional round game. There's some games like that really aren't worth reviewing, like the Cardinals in Chicago. Cardinals beat the shit out of them. The Rams and Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks have now lost, what? Oh, wait, no, they won last week. Or no, they won 2 weeks ago against the Falcons. Otherwise, they would be on a 6-game losing streak if they didn't beat the Falcons a couple weeks ago. But they just got their ass whooped by the Bills, and then they lose in overtime to the Rams, and they got to face the Seahawks next.
Yeah, the Rams might have a chance to be the number one in that. Number one in that division.
They do have an easy schedule coming up. They got to face the Dolphins and Patriots next. And then the Eagles, they'll lose that one. But then the Saints. And then this is where it gets tough. The Bills and 49ers back-to-back. And they got to play the 49ers on a Thursday. So they'll only have 4 days to prepare for them. But then they finish the season against the Jets, Cardinals, and Seahawks again. They could definitely be in the wild card race. The 49ers, I think Arizona will eventually collapse and 49ers will take that division over.
Yeah. I mean, but kudos to the Cardinals because everyone expected them to suck, and they're actually not bad.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's been playing decent, not the worst. He didn't have a touchdown in this game, but he just kind of game managed his way to a win,
Yeah, he made them not fuck up.
I mean, for the season, he has 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That'll work.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you want to see more touchdowns, but it's not throwing a ton of picks.
They've won 4 of their last 5, and their one loss is to Green Bay, and there's no shame in that. You want to get into predictions now for this week?
Let's do it.
Let's get right into the news. God, I feel gay just for saying that.
Ooh, that might be interesting Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing this Thursday. I should have talked to Trevor about that last night. Cincinnati and Baltimore. Baltimore is favored by 6. It's in Baltimore. Cincinnati coming off a very good performance against the Raiders. Sorry. And the Ravens did what the Ravens do. Fuck them. They played a couple of weeks ago, and that game was freaking phenomenal. That was the one where Joe Burrow went off and had 5 touchdowns, I think, against the Ravens. And
Joe Burrow has been quietly having an MVP season.
Yeah, I think people are now kind of starting to notice it because, he's had a really good year. I mean, this was his second game, I think, having 5 touchdowns. He has 20 touchdowns for the year, which is tied for second, and only 4 interceptions.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these two teams.
If Cincinnati was a better team, they'd be clearly in the playoff run.
Yeah, these two played in week 5. That game ended 41-38 in overtime. Yeah, Joe Burrow was 30 of 39, 392 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
To be honest, he'd probably end up the same way, but
hopefully, it's about time. We've had some good Thursday night games this year, but we need one that's like fucking insane, you know?
Yeah, we're due for one.
The thing is, the Bengals, like, if they want to have a shot, you know, their leading rusher in that game against the Ravens had only 46 yards, so they'll definitely want to get that running game going. The Ravens
you should be more confident now after the fucking ass whooping we got.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting almost 107 yards, something like that.
Because the Ravens beat them by over 100 rushing yards. They had 175. The Bengals had 71, but they also ran the ball 11 more times than the Bengals. That and third down efficiency, that's the other thing the Bengals are definitely going to need to focus on. Not getting in these third downs, you know, try to keep it short. And you know, if your running game is working, those third and shorts are going to be way more valuable.
The biggest thing with Cincinnati, the defense, I know they probably won't stop the offense, but they need to slow them down and create opportunities.
Make sure your fucking tackling's good.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that always happens with the Ravens is they just get a shitload of yards after contact with, you know, either Derrick Henry or Zay Flowers, you know. Make sure your fucking tackling's good.
Yeah. So just don't give up touchdowns. If anything, just slow them down to at least a field goal.
So I'm picking the Bengals to win because I don't like the Ravens. And I feel like, you know, it was a close game last time. I feel like they can hopefully split this time. Yeah, split the series.
Yeah. To me, I'm going to have to roll with the Ravens. Just the fact they have Derrick Henry against that shitty Bengals defense.
This next game, if the United Nations wanted to charge the United States with domestic terrorism towards Germany, I think it would be all right. Because us sending the Giants and Panthers over there to play a game should be considered terrorism.
Now, hear me out, Cody. It's 8:30 in the morning, so at least we don't have to watch it.
I'll be up anyway. I got to work that day.
I'll be up work too. But
yeah,
kudos to NFL making sure we don't have to watch it.
I think I drive that day too, so I'll probably end up like listening to it on the radio. But I mean, the Giants are favored by 5. This is probably the most they've ever been favored by a game. Been favored in a game this year. The over-under is set at 41.5 points. For my gamblers out there, bet the fucking under. There is no way these two teams combine for over 40 points.
Did you see the one stat line that freaking Daniel Jones had? He had 0 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, it's the most Daniel Jones stat line ever. For the first time in almost 2 years, he threw a touchdown at home.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to be bold. I think the Panthers win back-to-back. And this will probably be the first time they've won back-to-back games in probably, 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
I can see the script writer going for that. So, yeah, I'm going Panthers.
I'm going to go with the Panthers as well because the Giants' run defense is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But the only good thing about the Giants' run defense is they have Sexy Dexy.
Mm-hmm.
So if they run out in the outside to the tackles, the Giants are fucked.
Yeah, I mean, they got Chuba Hubbard. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's not bad, but they definitely need to see Brooks in soon.
And then this next game is like not a tank bowl, but it kind of feels like one. Chicago and New England. I think it'll be an exciting game just because you got two great young quarterbacks going at it with Drake May and Caleb Williams. And just for the memes, I kind of want to see Drake May win just because, you know, he was the one that wasn't the first overall pick, you know?
Yeah.
Because we didn't really get the memes with Jaden Daniels being Caleb Williams just because Jaden Daniels got fucking lucky, you know. But I definitely think we'll see the memes that the Patriots pull this out. But I think Chicago's going to win.
It shouldn't be tough, but it is.
Well, I'm also gauging it by the Patriots just lost to the Titans, who are way worse than the Bears, you know.
And that Bears defense is kind of scary. I'm going to roll with the Bears, but I would not be shocked if they lose.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
If they lose, then Matt Eber is definitely out of Chicago.
Yeah. I know, it feels like these coaches are starting to they're about to start falling like flies, you know, like if the Cowboys lose like 2 more games, I think they'll probably fire McCarthy. But then again, actually I say that, who the fuck's going to be our interim coach? Mike Zimmer? No fucking thank you.
What about your special teams coordinator?
Fossil? No. I don't think he has any interest in being a head coach. And what's his nuts? Our O coordinator, he's just the O coordinator in title only. Schottenheimer, I think that's his name. Yeah, no, he won't do it either.
Jared Jones be like, I'll just fucking do it myself, I guess.
I guess that's what he wants to do because I guess he went into the locker room to give a speech to the players or something, like a motivational speech, something like that. It's like, who the fuck wants to hear an 80-plus-year-old man give a motivational speech?
Listen here, Dak. If you win this game, I'll give you some glory hole.
It's like he tells a story like, back in my day, when the slaves on my plantation didn't want to work, this is the speech I would give them.
Jerry, this is 2024. I don't give a fuck.
To him, it probably isn't. It's probably 1924. The fucking dementia that old fuck's got. Buccaneers take the lead, by the way, on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. What were we talking about again? Oh, Matt Eberflus getting fired. Anyway, the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. Buffalo, Indianapolis. This is fucking easy, Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
This next one's easy too. Kansas City and Denver. Kansas City. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm going to do it, Cody.
Don't do it.
I'm going to do it.
Don't do it.
They're going against a decent defense.
Haven't they already played this year, and didn't Kansas City beat them then too?
Nope.
It feels like all these teams have played each other already. I don't know. It's my dementia kicking in now.
I'm going to roll with the Denver Broncos.
I tried to warn you. Another easy game to predict after that. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. I mean, we see the Saints are falling apart, dude. I am definitely going with the Falcons. Now, these teams I know played a couple weeks ago, and Younghoe Koo was the hero in that game, kicking the game winner. I don't think it'll be like that this time. I think the Falcons win pretty decisively.
Never trust a young hoe.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
we're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Otherwise, you end up having to take some medicine to get rid of that itch. Actually, I'm so glad I've never caught an STD because have you heard about like what they do for the testing for gonorrhea?
No.
They take a Q-tip and put it in the tip of your dick.
Oh, what
and
the
then,
fuck?
Yeah, that's how they test for gonorrhea. Yeah, no, I think I'd rather die.
We go sit there. Pineapple.
I'd be like, knock me the fuck out before you do that. Sir, that would cost $10,000. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be awake when you guys put a Q-tip in my dick.
Oh, you should go give you a shot or a glass or something.
I think they just do it to punish you for being a whore.
You dirty little slut.
You naughty, naughty boy.
Do your fucking premarital sex.
and you're doing it without a condom.
This is not what God intended.
I mean, I said I've messed with some nasty bitches, but thank God I have not been down that road yet. It's probably coming. The universe will punish me in some way. Actually, my punishment is already being a Cowboys fan.
I feel that.
All right, next game, the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. San Francisco was favored by 6.5. I wonder what the line was before the news broke about Christian McCaffrey returning to practice. I bet you San Francisco was probably favored by like 4.
I don't think he would turn this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know, but gamblers, they get like a little bit of hope,
Yeah, they get a little half chub going when they hear that.
The 49ers, their defense is really good, and the Buccaneers, I mean, they're hanging in there with the Chiefs, but that's just more the Chiefs are playing down the competition more than the Buccaneers being really good. I mean, Baker Mayfield.
You gotta give kudos to Baker Mayfield. He's doing magic.
I am giving
receivers.
Let me fucking finish. He is doing really good without having his target, like his top targets, But there's only so much he can fucking do, Yeah. Especially going against all these great teams. I mean, Tampa's schedule is fucking hard right now. They just played the Ravens last week. They got to play, or 2 weeks ago, they played the Falcons. They're playing the Chiefs right now, and then they got to face the 49ers. Like, this is the roughest part of their schedule, and they could end up losing 4 straight because I think they are going to lose to the 49ers, but then they have a pretty easy schedule to close out the season. So, I mean, Baker's going to get Mike Evans back, and he's going to get used to these other weapons, but it's going to take time, and them going into the toughest part of their schedule is not helping right now,
Yeah.
And, that's why I can't pick them to beat the 49ers.
The one thing that's going against the 49ers is fucking Brock Purdy. And he's been very inconsistent this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to roll with Tampa Bay.
You always pick Tampa Bay.
I will always pick Tampa Bay to the day Baker Mayfield leaves.
This next game I'm super excited for because I think it'll be a very good one. Pittsburgh and Washington. It's basically like 2 ends of the spectrum. You got the really fucking old quarterback versus the really young quarterback. And that really young quarterback is white fucking hot right now. And I know this is probably going to be one of the toughest teams he's had to face yet. Jaden Daniels taking on the Steelers defense.
Yeah, might be his welcome to the NFL kind of game.
Yeah, because I mean,
tears up.
Because they haven't faced a good defense. Like the best team they've played is the Ravens, and the Ravens defense fucking sucks. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be one of those games where it's like, oh shit, like Jaden Daniels may actually look like a rookie. But that being said, Pittsburgh can never go too far ahead of 500, So it's kind of hard to predict them to win. Like right now, they're 6-2, which is very shocking. So yeah, I think the Steelers will lose this game. I think the Steelers are about to go on a little bit of a skid because they also got to play the Ravens next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can never get too far ahead of being 500. So yeah, I'm going to go with Washington.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with Washington as well. Jane Dale's probably going to have a welcome to NFL kind of game. But even still, their running game's still pretty good. Even Robinson is out. Elker's still pretty good to step in.
Mm-hmm.
Scary Terry, it's Scary Terry for a reason.
This next game, I'm sorry, Trevor, we're not going to talk much about this game because what can you talk about? It's the Vikings taking on the Jaguars. If you guys struggle in this game, oh man, I would be fucking scared.
The one thing that the Minnesota should have going for them. They should stop the run and make Trevor Lawrence throw.
Yeah, and then
But that's also the problem.
and their pass rush. I mean, I think their pass rush will get to Trevor Lawrence too, just because the Jags O line isn't good. So I definitely think the Vikings defense will carry them. You know, like I mean, that's been the highlight of the Vikings season has been their defense. So hopefully it's just the same old, and they limit the turnovers and they get their running game going this week.
Yeah, that Sam Darnold needs to limit the turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
So he went from almost like the clear cut MVP to it's gotta have a reality check now.
Yeah.
Give me Minnesota. This is probably the game that fucking Doug Pearson gets fired.
Maybe. Have the Jaguars had their bye? Yeah, I think they have. Oh wait, no. After this game, I think against the Lions is their bye. God damn, you talk about having a tough fucking schedule. Packers, Eagles, Vikings, Lions, Texans all in a row.
Jesus Christ.
God is real, and he's clearly not a Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
He definitely hates the AEW.
Yeah. Can you blame him?
I don't blame him. If anything, he needs to do a better job.
Tennessee and Kentucky taking on the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
This is going to be pretty easy. Chargers by 1 million.
Yeah, I'll give you the Chargers.
I'm not giving an in-depth breakdown on this game. Dallas is going to get their shit pushed in, and I'm going to have to deal with fucking retarded-ass Eagles fans going, "We the boys! We the boys! How about them Cowboys?"
Oh, yeah. I'll go with the Eagles as well because the simple fact they have Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, of the games Cooper Rush has served for the Cowboys, I don't think he's ever beat the Eagles. And I don't think that's going to start. And actually, I will have something to talk about. Fuck you, Ezekiel Elliott. Apparently, this fucking fat fuck is late all the time to team meetings. It was a disciplinary issue why this fat fucking bitch did not play on Sunday, which, if you notice, even though the Cowboys lost, their running game was actually pretty decent because they gave Rico Dowdle the ball mostly, and he didn't have to split carries with fucking Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, the Cowboys ran the ball 21 times, 137 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. Rico Dowdle had.
We're talking about the same team.
Yeah, well, they still lost because the defense still fucking sucks. Rico Dowdle, 12 carries, 75 yards, 6.3 yards a carry. See what happens when you don't split carries with Ezekiel Elliott? And you know what? I'm really fucking disappointed that I did not read that he was released today. And I bet you this motherfucker's excuse for why he's late to team meetings all the time is because the drive-through line was too long. This dude got a second fucking chance and has fucking squandered it. He hasn't done anything to get better, and he thinks he's entitled to be on the fucking Cowboys. I fucking hate this dude.
Did you see Dez Bryant's comment about him?
I fucking hate Dez Bryant is a fucking idiot, dude. Saying, oh, it's disrespectful to Zeke not letting him play because he's only like 2 behind Tony Dorsett for second, by the way, not the all-time record, second for all-time touchdowns with the Dallas Cowboys. First off, it's not like Ezekiel Elliott's going to catch Emmitt Smith because that means he would have to score like 80 more touchdowns, which would also give him the all-time record for the NFL. So that's not happening. So who gives a fuck about being second place? And second, it's not disrespectful to Zeke when he's being disrespectful to the fucking team.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dez Bryant has always been a fucking idiot, dude. And the dude's almost 40 and still has not grown up.
It's that CTE, man.
I know. He's got that fucking Antonio Brown, Michael Irvin CTE. Oh, by the way, happy birthday to Dez Bryant. Today is his birthday. November 4th.
It's like a fuck you, but I miss you.
I know. I was looking to see how old he was because he is almost 40. He turned 36 today.
Oh damn.
But yeah, I'm looking on his Wikipedia page right now, and it says born November 4th. So happy birthday, Des. You're an idiot. New York Jets taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 1, as they should be. Sorry, I forgot to reshare the screen. This is gonna be a boring fucking game, dude. I think the Jets will win it. I think Devontae Adams will have a pretty good game. I know the Cardinals have been surprisingly good this year, but I think the Jets defense will be able to contain Kyler Murray, and Aaron Rodgers will be going on his "I told you so" tour. Even though that luck's going to run out, they'll go on a little bit of a win streak because they got to face the Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Dolphins, Jaguars, Rams. Oh fuck! The Jets have an easy fucking schedule to close out the season. Actually, they're 3-6 right now. Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Dolphins, Jaguars, Rams, Bills, Dolphins. That's their remaining schedule. So they only play one really good team, the Bills.
Yeah.
Oh god, if the Jets get in the playoffs, I'm gonna fucking jump off a bridge.
You know what? Give me Arizona. If I want to get bold with this one, Budda Baker gets an interception.
I could see it. How many interceptions has Rodgers thrown this year? 7. Yeah, I'd like to see number 8 match his jersey number.
Make it happen, Cardinals.
And then this game, I don't get how you cannot be excited for this game. Detroit and Houston. Well, at the beginning of the season, I was super excited for this game. Now Houston's kind of fallen off, but this should still be a pretty good game, even though the Texans have been struggling. The Lions, though, were unstoppable, dude, and that's kind of like two things that aren't mixing well. You know, the team that's really struggling versus the team that's unbeatable right now. And both teams really rely on their run game, which I feel like is going to be more of a detriment to the Texans than it will be the Lions, because if the Lions get out to a lead early and they're running the ball, and the Texans want to run the ball but they can't, and their pass game is kind of suck, that could be something where it's like Houston starts to panic, you know?
Yeah.
So I just don't think it spells like a good game plan. Like, they probably have their game plan going into this, but I have a feeling their game plan's going to get blown up once the game actually starts. Unless they can try to force a few turnovers, which, the Lions, that's the other thing. They haven't really turned the ball over.
See, with Detroit, they really had to worry about one running back mixing. With Houston, they had to worry about 2. Montgomery and Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Sonic and Knuckles. Knowing that, somehow Houston slows down the run game, had to worry about the passing game because Goff's actually been playing well this season too.
Yeah, I mean, they got weapons. Jameson Williams should be back from suspension. Amon-Ra St. Brown, enough said. Sam Laporta, he doesn't get a lot of catches, but he makes some impactful plays,
Yeah, it's just more of Laporta's in a very crowded offense.
Mm-hmm.
But he does make plays when his number is called.
Mm-hmm. I think the Lions win.
Oh, yeah, the Lions will win easily. Now, the only thing, if Houston wants to win, C.J. Stroud needs to get your shit together.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're going to win their division easily because everyone else sucks. But like I said, they want to be in that upper echelon of teams like the Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, they're going to have to get their shit together because, like, if they face any of those other 3 teams in the playoffs, they get the shit kicked out of them. And I know they beat the Bills a couple weeks ago, but Josh Allen also isn't only going to complete 9 passes again,
Yeah, especially bringing Amari Cooper, and Mark looks like he's been slowly getting into the offense.
He's going to miss this week, though. He's got an injury.
But it looks like Keon Coleman's been stepping up, so that's a plus sign for Josh.
Yeah, plus, I mean, Clear Shakur is really good. Like, people don't give him enough credit.
I will say I was one of those people too. Not gonna lie.
I think Shakur's, like, I don't know. I just think he has a lot of potential. Not to be like a superstar, but definitely be like a solid like
Number
number
2
two.
guy.
You know? Yeah.
That's respectable.
Miami taking on the LA Chargers. Oh, excuse me. LA Rams.
Yeah.
Sorry, only one team in LA is relevant right now, and it's the Chargers. I mean, the Rams aren't bad, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. The Chargers could potentially be a wild card team. The Dolphins have Tua back. Hasn't really made a difference. Devon Achane did have a pretty good game this past week. Yeah, the Dolphins just lost to the Bills. I couldn't even remember who they faced this past week. And the Rams, they just came off a grueling win against the Seahawks. I think the Dolphins win. Actually, I'll give them a win here. I don't really have a reason. It's just more of a gut feeling.
I mean, that's fair. I'm gonna go with the Rams because it looks like Pookie and Double D Cups is finally back in the offense fully.
Mm-hmm.
If Pookie doesn't throw another goddamn punch at defenders.
I haven't even seen that.
Well, to be fair, the defender threw the punch first and he kind of finished the job.
I think this will be a sneaky good game, but
yeah, it might be a decent Monday game.
Just another manic Monday.
Whoa.
I thought you were going to actually do the lyrics to the actual song.
Oh, I don't fucking know the lyrics.
You don't know that song?
I know the song. I still remember the lyrics.
Just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. That's my fun day. My I don't have to run day. Teams on a bye this week: the Cleveland Browns, Green Bay Packers, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Seattle Seahawks. So, Drew, you get a break from Raiders suffering.
Thank God.
And then next week,
I might not jump off a bridge this week.
who do you guys face next week coming out the bye? The Dolphins.
Well,
we were just talking about. Oh, God. Next Monday, Houston and Dallas. Dak Prescott ain't going to be playing in that game either. Why did our team suck, dude?
Because our
ownership
and coaching staff.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know, maybe Tom Brady and Richard Seymour being minority owners, it might help us out. You're just fucked.
I'm going to get rich enough to buy the Cowboys.
You better start selling your picks.
After the thing that we can't talk about happens tomorrow and the stock market crashes on Wednesday, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of shares. I'm going to get rich that way. Speaking of the thing that we can't talk about that's happening tomorrow, I may be doing a end of the world stream tomorrow, which by end of the world, it's just going to be us talking about the thing that we can't talk about. During that stream, I'll be playing Call of Duty, and I might have a few buddies join me, like Tay and Drew, if you want to come. Well, I guess you don't have Black Ops, but if you want to come on and talk about the end of the world, we can do that. I still don't know if I'm going to do it, actually, but it's definitely an idea I have, just because I think it'll be funny. Because no matter what side wins, you can't win with either side. Basically, one side's going to bitch, so one side's going to think it's the end of the world. So, but it all depends on how I feel after work tomorrow. I wish we talked about something crazy on this episode, because now I don't even know what thumbnail I'm going to use. Actually, no, I'll probably use Dak Prescott. Or you can make the thumbnail for me.
You sure?
No. Because then it'll be some hentai bullshit. I'll be like, Drew, can't
No.
use it.
If anything, I'll put a clown on Mike McCarthy's face.
Like I did last year with Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Hey, that's still one of my best. Oh. I know what I'm doing.
Put a clown
yeah,
on
that-
Jerry Jones' face.
Yep. Well, I bet you there's probably one already on here.
Probably is. You just had to look for it.
See what pops up when you type in Jerry Jones clown. Oh, this is the one right here.
There's the thumbnail. Oh, Oklahoma City got hit pretty hard with a tornado.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people are just kind of like, oh, it's just another day in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so freaking terrified yesterday. Like, I was driving in that weather, in my delivery van, and I was like, God, I really hope a tornado does not come down. Because
Dude, that shit started when I was driving to work.
see, I slept through all that stuff, dude. Like, I didn't hear my phone go off. I didn't hear any sirens. Like, I just slept through all of that.
Yeah.
Which is shocking.
Driving
Because usually,
3:30 in the morning, heading to work. I was
you're like, oh God, what'd I do?
oh god, the retards are out.
So, do you take the back roads to your work, or do you take?
I take the main roads. So it's like just
Uh-huh.
barely anybody on the roads.
See, I'd be terrified, like that tornado siren going off, and then you're on the back
You know
road.
that road like heads to the reservoir.
Yeah, I know what you're
I
talking
take
about.
that road.
Yeah, I've drove down that road during a tornado warning before too, and I mean, if I was gonna be on a road, I'd want to be on that one because it's really well lit,
Yeah,
But like the back road that you can take to your work, basically.
yeah.
I'd be freaking terrified to go down that because that road has no lighting at all.
No.
Like they were talking about tornado warnings and stuff today. Like, well, there was a bunch of tornado warnings issued throughout Oklahoma, like in the middle of the day, and I'm like, see, like that's the time I want a tornado to strike, is in the middle of the day where it's more visible.
Jake for real, I was like, if I had to deal with tornado, at least I need to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Not fucking 3:30 in the morning trying to get to work safe.
But with the tornadoes and stuff today, it's made me have that Luke Combs song stuck in my head. Ain't no love in Oklahoma, just the whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you.
You know what I was thinking of?
What?
Every storm runs out of rain.
Dude, I hate that song.
What?
That's like, yeah, that's one of the most overrated songs ever.
I mean, it is overrated, but it's still not bad.
I don't know. Like, Gary Allen has a lot of good songs, and I don't think that. But that's the thing. Like, he has 2 songs that get over fucking played, dude, and he has a lot of good ones. Like, "Man to Man" is probably one of my favorite songs from him. But it's either "Every Storm" or "Watching Airplanes."
Yeah.
Those are like the only two. Those are like the only 2 songs that ever get played from him. This is a little bit of old news, but Morgan Wallen has dethroned Shabuzi for having the #1 song in all of music right now. Shabuzi was a bar song that had been the #1 song for like 16 weeks, and Morgan Wallen's "Love Somebody" is now the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100.
Hell yeah.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Like, just in the last 2 years, we've had like 5 country songs be #1 on the Hot 100. Before that, the last person to do it was Taylor Swift in 2011. Is it 2011 or 2009 with "You Belong With Me"? So it was like a 11-year difference, I think. And then before that, the last time it happened before Taylor Swift was in 1999 with Amazed by Lone Star. So country music doesn't like do well on the Hot 100, but in the last 2 years you've had a bar song, Love Somebody. I've had some help. Try That in a Small Town, Richmond, North of Richmond, Last Night, all be number one on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, country music has been cooking.
It's
here
on
lately.
fire. That's what I'm getting at. It's been fucking cooking, dude. Like it, you could argue it's the hottest music genre right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that I think because I mean, of those songs I just listed, half of them have Morgan Wallen involved. So I think a lot of it has to do with him. Oh, I forgot douchebags. Song.
Patrick Mahomes is slow getting up.
Oh shit. I forgot Zach Bryan also went number one, but he don't count. Fuck him.
All right, we're going to fucking end this podcast now.
All right, everybody. Hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. May see you guys tomorrow for the End of the World stream. Like I said, depends how I feel. This podcast will actually probably be out after that stream has happened. So actually go back and watch it if you haven't watched it already. See you guys next week. Fuck the Cowboys. Bye.